Hello, wrestling fans! Welcome to this edition of the TNA Review, brought to you by UnifiedWrestling.com, our new affiliate, the 123wrestling.co.uk, for those UK fans out there. There you go. We got the actual link here at the bottom description here of the site. Go to UnifiedWrestling.com, go to the 123wrestling.co.uk. Check it out. All right, let's get started here with the action. First things first, live from Wembley Stadium here in London, England. This is pretty entertaining because this crowd was packed. Massive crowd here. They didn't really give the number of the attendance there, but from the looks of it, it was ginormous. We'll just say that. All right, the first thing that happened to this ginormous crowd we had here in England, Bully Ray comes out along with Bobby Roode talking about the fact that there is no Jeff Hardy here on iMPACT here this week. Of course, Jeff Hardy has his own situation going on over there in the United States, so wasn't able to travel with TNA to England. But they also mention here that England, Ireland, what's the difference? Of course, playing the heavy here to the crowd here in London, England, and doing a good job of it at that. Once that happens, they're calling out James Storm. Should say Bobby Roode calls out James Storm. James Storm comes out, but then here comes Bully Ray stepping in front of Bobby Roode, advising that you're not going to get anywhere near the champ. Enter Sting. Sting comes out here and pretty much lays the law down. But of course, James Storm still wants to get to Bobby Roode. But this is when Sting announces what's going to happen here at Against All Odds. 4-way match for the championship. We have Bobby Roode, we have Bully Ray, we have James Storm, and also Jeff Hardy, going to be participating in this match. So this is going to be interesting for Against All Odds. Great match here as the main event, and more cards, of course, sure to be added. Once that happens, Sting does oblige James Storm by giving him both men, but on separate occasions here. We have that same night here on Thursday iMPACT. We had James Storm facing off with Bully Ray and also Bobby Roode. So he'd have to fight both men in the same night. Whose idea was this? Of course, looks like it was Storm's, but a lot of favors that Sting's given him by giving him this match. This guy doesn't think straight. You know he drinks. What do you expect? Whatever. All right, once that happens, we have our first match of the night. This was an awesome match. I loved it. We had Crimson and Matt Morgan, the Invincible Tag Team, versus Magnus and Samoa Joe. Now, Magnus, of course, is his hometown here of England, and his chaps were definitely behind him and in his corner. When Samoa Joe and Magnus jumped in the ring here, the crowd went crazy. I felt great. Finally, some fans that can appreciate this tag team tandem. We have Samoa Joe, Magnus doing their thing here. This was nice because that little coin toss before, make it a little interesting here. They called it the Buckingham Brawl rules, where they flipped the coin. And basically, the winner of the coin toss would have tornado match advantage, which means 2 men would be allowed in the ring at the same time. The other team would have traditional tag team rules. Samoa Joe and Magnus win this match. They are all over the place here, like a finely tuned athletic machine, taking over both Matt Morgan and Crimson. This match finally ends when these guys double up to take out Matt Morgan. Crimson's on the outside trying to get in. Samoa Joe stops him, and Magnus gets the pin on Matt Morgan. Very good match here, very high paced. Since these guys did beat the champions that did not look like they could be defeated, sure, it was Buckingham rules, but a win is a win. So expect these guys to be the new #1 contenders, and again, Against All Odds, expect them to be trying to get that championship from those two. Once that ends, we have the Eric Bishoff sighting. He's in England, apparently, all right? Garrett's trainer is supposed to be announced here at this iMPACT. What was a little catch-22 on this was the fact that Taz, during the telecast, mentioned that Hogan was back. Great. Thanks for ruining it for the rest of us, Taz. Anyway, we got Eric Bischoff coming out, calls out Garrett Bischoff, and then Garrett Bischoff advises here that his trainer was going to come down, gets a phone call, kind of seems like he's not going to show up. Then it's advised that he is going to show up. He's not. He is. He's not. Yeah, he is. So, again, he is going to show up here at that edition of iMPACT which he does, which we find out again is Hulk Hogan, but we're not supposed to know yet. Thanks, Taz. Once that happens here, we go into match number 2. This was, again, another entertaining match, and again, based with some tendencies here of London, England. We had Austin Aries versus Mark Haskins, the guy from England, TNA. This match ends when, well, first off, let me go over this match. This match was, again, X Division, high-paced, high risk, and Haskins took plenty of risk in this match. Unnecessary risk, botched the shooting star press, almost broke his back. The match ends when Austin Aries finally gets the W by submission by pulling the choke out bridge technique. Beautiful move here. Get Haskins to tap out, and there it is. Hopefully Haskins is all right. Again, this shooting star press was botched. Miracle there wasn't a stretcher out there for him, and carted off like so many wrestlers do. The guy seems to have walked it off. If you see the replay, if you watch the match, it's ugly. If you did DVR it, be sure you check that out. Slow-mo it. You can swear he looks like a pretzel on one of those scenes. After that, we had match number 3. James Storm versus Bobby Roode. One of the 2 matches that James Storm was going to partake in that evening. We had the result. Bobby Roode ends up winning after interference by Bully Ray. Sting did not want to see that again. So Sting mentioned that he was going to make sure this did not happen during Storm's second match of the night. After that, we had match number 4. Knockouts in action. We had Tara, who Invincible E. Vincent mentioned as the greatest wrestler, female, in TNA. Flat out said it. Versus Gail Kim, the actual knockout champion. This match was good. Of course, with credentials like that, saying that she's the best wrestler in TNA, and then arguably the best female wrestler being Gail Kim, you're bound to see a great match. And it was. Action-packed match going back and forth. This match ends when Madison Rayne, in Gail Kim's corner, ends up costing her the match after bumping Gail Kim, affecting that move that she was going to be doing, maybe eat defeat. And here comes Tara getting the Widow's Peak, devastating move here on Gail Kim, and getting the 1-2-3 pin. This is, of course, going to be a rematch, come against all odds. Will it be the same thing? Who knows? Tough to say at this point, but again, arguably one of the best wrestlers, and by Invincible E. Vincent standards, the best knockout in TNA. So what are you going to do? All right, after that, we have Garrett Bischoff. Again, comes out advising that he's going to announce who his trainer is, Hulk Hogan. And here comes Eric Bischoff with Gunner trying to say, I told you he's not coming. He's not coming. Just then, cue the Hogan music. Want to be NWO, but not really. And there it goes. Music plays. Here comes Hogan. Here comes Bischoff. Oh. Here comes Gunner. Oh. And pretty much it. So once he's in the ring, they clean house. Everybody scatters. Hogan rips the old shirt ski off, just like Hulkamania fashion. The fans in England are going crazy. It was good to see. I'm sure the fans in England, he mentioned it was 18 years since the last time he was in England. The fans loved it. He was milking it. It was a win-win. All right. Once that happens, we have some words here from Hulk Hogan in the back advising that he cannot wait to have Eric Bischoff thrown down at his feet so he could tear him down like he needs to be. He's going to let Garrett take the first few hits, but then he'll take the leftovers. Then he follows that up by saying that TNA is this close to being top dog wrestling in the world. Of course, he's, tongue-in-cheek WWE. Again, the biggest company in wrestling right now, but TNA has the things that it needs. It's got all the tools. It's this close. And if TNA doesn't find a way to become the top dog, he will make sure he rubs it in their noses and pushes them to that top dog position. Wow. All right. Well, again, there's no doubt that TNA does have the talent to compete with the top dog. Whether or not they do that by the decisions they make, live events, well, they are in England, live events, and live events. Yeah, let's make sure they get that adjustment there going. Once that happens, we have the 5th match of the night. This is the final match. We had Bully Ray versus James Storm. Of course, Bobby Roode came out, and because of that, here comes Sting for James Storm. This match ends when last call. Last call was executed here on Bully Ray's face. He was looking for the help here of Bobby Roode, but Bobby Roode was preoccupied here with Sting. Sorry, buddy, but Sting is about to hit me with a cricket paddle or whatever that thing was. Whatever. Anyway, that's basically the way the show ends. We have the last call executed here on Bully Ray. This match is set up here for Against All Odds. Bully Ray, Bobby Roode, James Storm, and Jeff Hardy. Wow, it's going to be awesome. The only thing that can be better than that is in a cage with tigers. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the review. And if you did catch Impact, hopefully you enjoyed that too. From myself, Cesar Scorpio, thank you very much for watching. Again, don't forget to go to unifiedwrestling.com and 123wrestling.co.uk for all your wrestling rumors, news, and live coverage. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next week.